All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I'm going live just a couple seconds early here because the markets are really active. I got to get back to it. I'm up a little over 400 something today so far, so we'll see how things go. It's great, man. The weekends have been busy, which is awesome. So let's do this morning market analysis and kind of check into what's going on with Bitcoin and crypto. We do these, pretty much every day for the members of iCoinPro, just so we keep our finger on the pulse of Bitcoin. Bitcoin determines really what the whole market is doing. Yes, you'll have some of the altcoins shoot off on their own for a little bit, but by and large, they're only shooting off right now because Bitcoin went way up. You see what I'm saying? And if Bitcoin starts to tank, then they tend to start to tank. And that's just the game. That's how it all works. So I say Bitcoin is a big bully, and it's true. I mean, whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market tends to do as well. So we want to keep a close eye on that. Now, a little bit of housekeeping here. If you want to get these morning market analysis in your inbox or push notification to you, make sure you follow me on Facebook or subscribe to our YouTube channel. And for members of iCoinPro, absolutely make sure you do that. I also post them in the chat box, as well as my picks for the day of what coins I'm watching to trade. So I want to get into this and go over everything. A couple other things too. If you are a person who's finding this and you want to learn how to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you can go ahead and do our free bootcamp. Get back with the person who shared this video with you, or you can shoot an email to support@icoinpro.com, and they'll be more than happy to help you out and get you set up. Also, one other thing too, as you're coming on, let me know if you're seeing this live or on replay. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat box. So let's dig into these crazy crypto markets here, because we are definitely getting some great movement right now. Welcome from Texas. Good to have you on. All right, so first things first, we're going to be using a chart setup called the MA Momentum chart setup. It's moving average momentum for people who are, hold on one second, let me get to the right screen. For people who are members of iCoinPro, you can actually access the training on this chart setup. Let me go ahead, hold on one second here, get this all set up. Here we go. All right, you can actually access this chart setup if you have the trading portal by just going up here, clicking load chart layout, and loading your MA Momentum chart layout there. And I'll even zoom in a little bit, we'll make it a little easier. And for full training on it, just go into the iCoinPro training section here in your back office. This is the free bootcamp, by the way, for anybody who wants to do it. It's short, takes about 40 minutes. And then we have a 1-week course where you can learn how to day trade with the system. Trade crypto. All right. Just takes a week, part-time. And not to mention, you can do it in probably 2 days if you just sit down and bang it out. All right. You want to go to Micro Profit System Part 3, and you can do the MA Momentum training here. It's a little over 40 minutes. So you can do that training there. All right. So back to the charts. Let's take a look at what is happening with Bitcoin, because we are getting a bunch of movement right now. And I'm going to make this full screen. This is our software, by the way. We have unbelievably amazing software. I mean, you can see this thing. It is the all-seeing eye of crypto. It's tracking all the coins right now for what's dipping, what's dumping, and what's blowing up. We know everything that's happening in these markets, and it does this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for us, so we never have to sit in front of the computer. This all just comes into our smartphone. One thing I will recommend is users of the system, make sure you go in and just every 24 hours, maybe once or twice a day, just clear your list and watch. If you clear your list, the system is going to rebuild them for you in real time. See how it's building that out? So it's going to tell you what's happening now, give you the freshest data, the freshest information. You can hear my phone beeping over there, and it'll push you these notifications so that you're totally in the know on what's happening. I'll show you these because this is kind of cool. So, again, I think a lot of people think when you're doing trading, you got to be in front of the computer 24/7, and that's totally not true. So our system just sends all these right to your inbox, or I'm sorry, not right to your inbox, right to your smartphone, so that you know exactly what's happening when it's happening, and don't have to sit in front of the computer all day. I do tons of trading right from my cell phone. If I'm out and there's a great trade, I'm going to take it, make that money. If it's sitting on the table, I'm going to pick the money up and take it. Okay. And that's the beauty of what we do. Hey, Dean, good morning. Glad you're tuning in. Welcome, welcome. All right. So, so what is going on here? So this chart setup, really quick to explain it to everybody. These colored lines here are called moving averages. We have a purple, a maroon, a gold, green, orange, etc. So basically, when the market's trading above all of these, that's good. That means that we're potentially in a bullish cycle. We're almost definitely not in a bearish cycle. And you can see right now we are trading well above all of these. We're getting that kind of pump pattern going on. And you can see it over here. The market really likes to trade above this light purple line when it's really bullish, and you can see people will be like buying on that in anticipation of further upside movement. Okay, so that's how it works on the bullish side. On the bearish side, same thing. When you see we're trading underneath of everything, and we can't get above these lines, and then we're trading underneath this purple line, that means that we are potentially bearish, right? And we're potentially going into a bearish cycle and building bearish momentum, and we're almost definitely not in a bull market, okay? So that's how this chart setup works. I'll tell you, you guys, when you're buying in this part here or buying in this part here, and you're just hoping it's going right back up, you're just kidding yourself most of the time, okay? If you have this chart set up, in an instant whether you're potentially in the death spiral or you're in the the bull market, bull run cycle. Just that trading alone it would save people so much freaking money. I mean, unbelievable amounts. All right, so here's what's going on. We're way up high. Everybody needs to be trading in and out that's using the system. Morning. How are you doing? Happy Sunday, Doc. We don't want to be holding on to stuff for a long time right now. We want to be going in and out. And then if we get more from the market, we get more, because we could be ready to do a more severe retrace at any time. We could retrace down to this light purple line, which is somewhere in the 90 to 92K area. That moving average is usually the bounce point. So if we do head down there, the alts will implode a bit. Okay, we're going to see some probably pretty severe retraces. If we lose that in a hurry, my gosh, I couldn't even imagine what would happen, but anything could happen. So that's a key area we're looking at. 100K is the top, obviously, and the whole market's holding its breath going, hey, are we going through 100K or what, dude? You know what I'm saying? And of course, Bitcoin likes to be a big weirdo around these major areas, and it's like just hovering right below it, not giving anybody a clear signal on, is this the ultimate top of this market cycle, or are we going higher? And we could be. I never know. I just react. I have a very specific way I trade. It's very stress-free. I make the money, I stick it in my pocket, and I go on to the next trade, right? So, I know, man. I know. I am like totally... This is an early Christmas. I mean, for sure. We are printing cash right now. And it's so good because Jason, I know you've traded for a while with the system, and we just know how this stuff works. We've done it so many times, man. You get so good at anticipating this stuff after you've traded for a while, and you can sit down. I mean, it's Sunday morning. It's not even 9:30 and I made $400. I don't even care if I trade anymore. I've had days when the market gets moving like this, where my wife is literally like, yo, man, haven't you made enough money today? Like, could you imagine your wife saying that? Haven't you made enough money? Let's just take a break, right? And it's true. That's how these markets get when they're moving like this with volume. Oh, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Okay. So anyway, so that's the levels right now. 100K, probably 90, 91, somewhere in that area. All right, are the key levels that we'll be looking at or trading in. We could get some sideways motion, some up and down, consolidation in those areas. We're just going to have to see what happens. So that's pretty much it. We're way up high. Be careful. All right. Don't get too crazy, too heavy into trades. Oh, and one thing I wanted to really point out is we got to keep an eye on Bitcoin and its dip sequences. So you can see it went into its own dip sequence here, but then it completed this dip sequence. And whenever a coin does a dip sequence and then comes back to this green line, I restart my count. So right now, we're not in dip, whatever it is, 5 or something. We're actually in dip 1 of a potential new dip sequence. Do you understand? I reset my dip count once we hit the green line. Yes, we can go lower, 100%. So if it starts dipping harder and doing another dip sequence, the alts are going to respond. And you have to be very, very, cautious. And if we're not at the end of a dip sequence with Bitcoin, you probably want to just trade in and out on the other altcoins. Like this morning, this trade that I did, it was just a fantastic trade. Let me pull it up here. Just textbook. I mean, here it is. It actually did kind of squeeze bubble 1, 2, 3, 4 dips. I happened to get in on it on the 4th dip because I was just watching where Bitcoin was and what it was doing. Rocked it, held it all the way to the SMA. Actually went higher. And you know what? That's okay. We never, you never know when it's going to go higher, when it's going to go lower. You just follow the system. I actually had trailing stop losses in here that I set and they just didn't get hit. So it kept on going higher and higher. I was happy taking $100. I was happy taking $200. I was happy taking $300. And I was definitely happy taking $400 out of the trade. So, but I didn't do it in a way where I thought I knew. I just set a stop loss and then let the market tell me what was going to happen next. Okay. So, we want to get in and out right now. We are so high up. There's going to be great opportunities. But if you think you know what's going to happen next and you're holding on right now and you're trading with this system, the way that we trade, again, not financial advice. This market could go way higher. Okay. I don't know long-term, but I'm talking about trading with our system. You want to just, trade in and out and see if you get some more. And that's what's going to happen. And we might get a lot more trading. Okay. So again, keep a close eye on Bitcoin and where Bitcoin is at in its own personal dip sequence. All right. And just keep aware of the fact that we are super, super up high. Okay. Last thing, longs and shorts. Longs are people betting Bitcoin's going up with volume or with leverage, excuse me, not volume. Morning to you, Dark Age Night. Welcome. What that means is when you're doing leverage trading, it's very risky. You can blow out an account. If you hear about people who blow out their accounts in options trading or other types of trading, leverage trading, that's leverage. So we don't teach that here. I'm all about safety and being patient and waiting for the market to give us, the best possible trades. That's why we have the highest, such an insanely high win rate and have totally upset the traditional win-loss rate, that people have. I mean, it's crazy. So hold on one second. Oh, okay. Chitty, if you're having trouble making payment for your subscription, just shoot an email to support@iCoinPro.com. And they'll help you and try to diagnose it as best they can. We have 2 options. You can use Alt5 and you can use BitPay. Alt5, I think, tends to be a little bit simpler. So if you want to just try Alt5 as the option, it'll probably be easier for you. Okay, boy, I'm going to have to get back to these markets. I'm watching everything that's going on here. Okay, so anyway, back to this. Longs are people betting Bitcoin's going up with leverage, super risky. Shorts are people betting Bitcoin's going down with leverage, super risky. They can blow out accounts. Right now, we're not in a zone where I'm super concerned about anything. Not until these get over 70%, either long or short, do we worry about it. So it's pretty much business as usual, but just be aware overall that we are like super up high. What's up, Matt? How are you doing, dude? Yeah, just be aware that we're super, super high. We want to trade in and out. And the market can do anything right now. And a retrace back to a pretty violent retrace back to 91K is definitely not out of the cards for right now. All right, buddy coins. Oh, so many to choose from. Let's just pick a couple. Sand will be good, but this is in its kind of its first dip sequence here after hitting a high. So I like to let them kind of do another dip sequence just to kind of establish where they're going to trade. So it could be good small positions, but get in, get out, and see what happens next. But sand will be on there for sure. Good volume. XLM, absolutely. Same thing here. XLM just hit a high. We've got nice roller coastering on it. So, it can be a good one, but again, kind of want it to work its way out, establish its range it's going to trade in. Make sure to always keep an eye on our landmarks on like our 1 hour chart. Like we're getting close to the one hour SMA, excuse me. So that's definitely an area. If we get down there, I'll be looking at 4 hour chart. Let's see what's up on that. I'm just setting some alerts in the portal. Yep, the 4 hour, this yellow line, which is the 4 hour first standard deviation on the top side. These are potential areas where we might want to bounce or, get a reversion. You can see here that we bounced off it here. Okay. So, you always want to keep an eye on your landmarks, particularly when coins are up so high. But definitely Sand, XLM, and SEI. I don't know. I just rocked that SEI trade this morning, and it's really moving well. So I'm gonna keep SEI on my list. So Sand, XLM, SEI, 100% the coins we want to watch right now, and look at trading those. All right, everybody, that's what I've got. So again, make sure to follow me on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to learn how to trade crypto like a pro, just get the free boot camp, get back with the person who shared this video with you, or go ahead and send an email to support@iCoinPro.com. They'll be more than happy to help you out. Also, once you do that free boot camp and you're excited about it, there's a 1-week course you can do to learn how to use this system and trade. We're $100 to get started and $50 a month if you want the portal and all our bells and whistles. Next to nothing. I made $400 this morning on one trade. We don't charge a lot because we want this accessible to everybody. We want everybody to have an opportunity to change their lives and take hold of their financial future with this system. So absolutely, totally worth it. Money well spent. You will not regret it. All right, everybody, take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And let's see what happens in these crazy crypto markets today. Lots of great trades, lots of fun happening. Bye-bye, everybody.